Our next guests have an amazing story about sisterhood that is a little bit closer than you might think. Take a look.
I'm Linda. I'm Lillian. And what makes us unique?
In 1955, Linda and Lillian were born in Indianola, Mississippi as conjoined twins. 5 weeks later, for the first time in history, they were both successfully separated.
Allegedly, we're the first set of conjoined twins to be separated and both live and thrive.
Throughout their childhood, their father, an elementary school principal, encouraged a strict education above all.
We had a great childhood as far as family was concerned. You know, we were a large family. It was 11, well, at the time, it was 9 of us at the time. The first time we were apart was when we went to college. We actually lived in different dorms.
Following their passion, they both became teachers.
I knew I wanted to be a teacher even before I started school, I think.
And they were both able to have children, despite doctors saying they could not.
I had my first child right before I turned 20. So after I had mine, we knew definitely, yeah, we could have some children.
67 years later, now both retired and with grandchildren, they are still holding each other's hand every time they are together.
It's that bond that we have, and we hold hands, we look at each other, and we just start laughing.
And they are never letting go.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Here to tell us about their lives as separated conjoined twins, please welcome to the show Linda Wilson and Lillian Hollins.
Yes! Welcome, Queens. We're so excited to have you here today.
Thank you.
Yes. So I want to go.
They're so in sync, I know.
I want to go right to the start. Linda, what was your childhood like with Lillian? And were you both treated differently by other people?
We had a pretty normal childhood. We got along really well with our siblings, our classmates, and people in the community. I think the only way we could say we were probably treated differently was when we were in elementary school. Back then, the teachers would take us to the back of the room and, raise our dresses, and they would other people come in and look at our scars.
They raised your dresses?
No.
And looked at our scars, and they were in awe. We have no navel, so that was something that was unique.
Wow,
that's disgusting. And in the end, it was pretty traumatic. It was a traumatic experience.
Well, yes.
We think that's why we never sought the limelight, because if it meant pulling up your dress.
Oh my goodness.
So we went home and told Mom about it, and of course, she was a mom. She went out there and took care of it.
Go for her.
We never had to raise our dresses again, but it did.
I was going to say, I think that's all that needs to be said. I think Mom went up there. Now let's talk about some fun times in school. I'm thinking high school must have been so much fun. Now, Lillian, let's be real. Did you ever switch it up and pretend that you were Linda?
Oh.
I did once. We did switch only once in high school. We did it more in college than we did when we made it to Valley. We switched the class. She went to classes that I had didn't really want to go to, so she would go take care of that, and I would go to the classes that I was pretty good in for her. And of course, we had one incident in Spanish where she really did not understand Spanish. She couldn't really read it and she couldn't write it. So she asked me to take a test for her once. And she said, just make 70. All I want you to do is just pass. That's all you have to do. I went in that classroom. I took the test. The next class period, when she came back and she was so upset with me, and I couldn't understand why, because I had taken the test. And of course, she found out the teacher said class didn't do well, but there was only one student who really, really excelled, and that was Linda Wilson. Linda Matthews at the time. And he said she made 99. So excited. And he called her up to help. He wanted her to come up and help review the class, review the test, which she couldn't do since she couldn't read or understand and write. So she was able to fake it and say she had a stomach ache and she wasn't feeling well, and the teacher let her go, and he took care of the class. So after that, we let it go. We never tried it, and we never tried to pull that on people. We never tried to trick anybody. We wouldn't do that to people. That's not right. Except one of her friends.
You say one of the boyfriends?
one of the boyfriends did not know us apart, and so he gave me a cross so he would know me. She was not any good at that time. She went out and bought the exact same cross and put it on. So he still could not tell us apart. So that just wasn't right. So she did things like that.
You guys have a lot of good stories.
I love it.
Here's one that blows my mind, but I can completely understand it. Linda, you have said that you have felt a pain in your stomach when your sister was going through a traumatic event. When is the time you felt it the most? Maybe you continue to, and what does it actually feel like?
Yes. I remember she was pregnant, and one day I came home from school because we were both teachers. I came home from school, and my husband and I were living in Oklahoma City at the time, and I just started feeling this pain in my stomach, and I knew I wasn't sick, but I just kept feeling it more and more. And eventually, I told my husband, I said, I think Doll's having a miscarriage, because the pain I was feeling. Now, my pain probably was only a portion of what she was feeling at the time. But within 10 minutes, I got a call from her husband, and he told me she just lost the baby.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that is remarkable.
Wow, that's
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. You have about 30 seconds here, but I want to get to this so much. I want to talk about holding hands, because I'm guessing you're doing it right now. There you are. What does that mean to you guys? That's a special connection. Tell me about holding hands for you.
We think we did it in the womb, and that it simply carried over, and that we just hold hands whenever we're together having a good time, or if we're going through something and we need to comfort each other, we tend to hold hands. It's not something we do around people, but when it's the two of us, together alone, and that's when we tend to hold hands and just laugh and talk and look at each other and share whatever's going on at that time.
That is so
What
special.
a beautiful story about love
You
and
guys
connection.
make the world a better place.
Honestly, I'm going to go call my sisters now after the show. Linda and Lillian, it's been so amazing to meet you and hear about this wonderful bond that you both have. Thank you so much for stopping by DBL.
You guys are great.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.